Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Macy. I'm a wife, a mother of two littles, and I wanted to go through my morning routine as a homemaker. I hope it kind of goes without saying that this isn't what every morning in our house looks like, but this is typical. This is the perfect how I would draw up a morning type of routine. And this is what I try to do some semblance of most mornings. I usually walk outside first thing in the morning. First reason is our 10-year-old German Shepherd always has to go to the bathroom right when we wake up. Second of all, I really like to get outside just first thing, see the sunshine, see the morning light. I feel like it helps regulate my circadian rhythm. I typically wake up somewhere between 5 and 6. Usually it's about 5:45. To be honest, I don't set an alarm. That's just when I wake up every morning. After I let him out, step outside for a few minutes, the first thing I always do is make coffee. As a full-time homemaker, I like to remember that each day isn't like a weekend day, isn't a day just to lay around in the bed and wait for the kids to pile up in the bed, watch morning cartoons. That definitely has a place in our lives. But I try to remember that each day when I wake up, this is my work. This is what I feel like I'm called to do in this season of my life. And I want to show up as the best version of myself for the work that I'm doing in my home. To show up as the best mother, the best wife, the best homemaker that I can, it is very important to me to wake up before my children. A lot of times, my husband, most of the time, he's gone before I wake up. Or if not, he gets up kind of right when I get up. He has to leave early a lot of mornings. And so sometimes he is the first one up. But I always like to make sure that I get up before my kiddos. That doesn't always happen. I do have early risers, but that is my goal in the mornings, to wake up and kind of prepare myself and my mind and my heart for the day ahead. Another way that I feel like my mornings are successful being at home is putting my kitchen to bed the night before. That is something that I like to do every single night. Me or my husband, both of us share that workload in the evenings after the kiddos are in bed, just to start the day with a clean kitchen. That's where I spend a lot of my day. And so to come in there in the mornings, for it to be cleaned up, for it to be a peaceful place to get the day going is important to me. After I've gotten up, made some coffee, woken up just a little bit, I like to have time every morning. This is kind of the Miracle Morning routine if you've ever read that book. I like to read in the mornings. Sometimes it's fiction, sometimes it's nonfiction. I like to read my Bible every morning, even if it's just a passage or two. I like to read my Bible first thing in the morning before my kiddos are up. And I also like to write in a journal first thing in the morning. What I typically do in my journal is I write 3 things that I'm thankful for. I write anybody that I need to pray for that morning or anything I need to pray for. That's, on my mind, on my heart, that people at my church are going through or my friends or my family are going through. And then I like to write a short little to-do list for the day. And also, I spend that time just writing anything else that's on my mind that it's something as a person that has dealt with anxiety throughout my life at different times. Journaling is something that I have found that helps me a lot, work through different emotions that I might be having, whether it be anxiety or whatever. After that morning reading time, study time, journaling time, making my bed is a non negotiable for me. Starting the day with a made bed and then ending the day with a made bed is just very mental for me. It's got like a psychological effect. You kind of start the day with success, you come back to success at the end of the day. One small task that you were able to complete well. And I just think it has just a lot to do with how you mentally feel throughout the rest of the day. My kids are sometimes awake at this point, sometimes they're not. Sometimes one of them is awake at this point. I just always like to make sure I can do like the morning coffee, morning outside time, morning reading, journaling time for at least a little bit before one of them at least is awake, just so I'm in a better state of mind and I can prepare myself for the day a little bit before they're awake and I can greet them better for the day. Once both of my kiddos are awake, we start breakfast, have breakfast time. They usually sit around the kitchen table at breakfast. They're not super hungry right when they wake up, so sometimes we're up for just a few minutes before they want to eat. And then after breakfast, I always get ready for the day. Um, Sometimes I change into workout clothes if we're going to the gym. Sometimes I just put, my regular clothes on if we're staying home that day. This, like making my bed, has a lot to do with how I feel for the rest of the day and how I can show up for my kids and show up as my best self for the rest of the day. Every morning's definitely not perfect, but being a homemaker is something that I'm very passionate about. So I really try to structure my mornings that's going to give us the best opportunity for a happy, successful day. Hope this helped.